Alright, guys, I am super pissed because I was already about 10 minutes into this recording, just about to wrap it up, and I got a notification saying that a car I had ordered arrived. So, pause the recording, go outside to get the package off my porch, and there's no package on my porch. So I'm thinking, did they leave it on somebody else's porch? Like, what's going on? So then, like a couple minutes later, I go back and look at it, and the thing goes back. Oh, whoever just honked their horn, I swear to God. Impatient little... Anyway, I come back inside and I look and I get the notification. Yeah, it turns out it went from being delivered today, and they unmarked it as delivered, and now they're saying it's not going to come till like Saturday. So it's like, how do you accidentally mark something delivered? Like what? Like, excuse me? So anyway, yeah, stupid post office, can't never get nothing right. Yeah, so anyway, I don't want to call this video like a call to action kind of thing, because that sounds stupid, but I'm going to ask you guys to join this little series that I'm doing, if you want to, if you're up for it, if you're cool with that. So, basically what we're doing here, I'm doing this project, and as you can see, I got Bowman Gray in front of me, and I'm making a custom Arca diecast. I'm going to do that while I kind of talk to you guys. So, basically what we're doing is we're doing a 2025 series, but NASCAR is effectively flipped on its head. And what I mean by that is that nothing, or not, I wouldn't say nothing is the same, because most of what happened in real life stays effectively true to the timeline. Just a couple things here and a couple things there end up changing. I would say they're pretty drastic changes at that. So basically what changed? So if you go back all the way, turn the clock to 2021. Kyle Larson wins the championship. Caution comes out, right? I think it was Truex who was in the lead to the Final Four. And that lead goes away on pit road. Larson, with the first pit stall, comes out on top. Larson wins the championship. In this universe, that caution does not happen. Caution does not happen. Larson has no way to gain the advantage on pit road. Martin Truex Jr. gets his second title and his last title in 2021. Moving on to 2022. A couple changes. M&M's re-signs with Joe Gibbs Racing, and so does Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch will not head to RCR at the end of the 2022 season. Also, the other Busch brother in the 2022 season, Kurt Busch, does not get injured at Pocono in 2022. Therefore, he finishes the season with the number 45 team, 23-11. He makes the playoffs off of his win at Kansas. I believe he is a second round elimination, round of 12, but he does finish the season. Joey Logano is your 2022 champion, just like real life. Moving on to 2023. Not much changes here. Aside from Ty Gibbs does not move up to the Cup Series. At this point in the current timeline, Ty Gibbs has not made any Cup starts. Where in real life, Ty Gibbs has made multiple Cup starts at this point for the number 45 and the number 23, 23-11. In this universe, Ty Gibbs has 0 Cup starts, while, yes, still having an Xfinity title. 2023, he will look to defend that title in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Kyle Busch, as stated earlier, returns to Joe Gibbs Racing in 2023, and the second year in the next-gen car. Tyler Reddick, at the end of 2022, does get released from his contract with Richard Childress Racing. So, Live Fast Motorsports sells their charter a year early, not to Spire Motorsports, but to 2311, and they cash out, open up a third team, the number 35, and Tyler Reddick moves there, while Bubba Wallace stays in the 23, and Kurt Busch stays in the number 45. So, already 2 years early, 2311 has got their third car and a much more solid lineup, in my opinion. And that's really all the notable changes for 2023, is that Ty Gibbs is playing title defense. Tyler Reddick still moves over to 2311. 2311 upsizes. Kurt Busch stays around. And Kyle Busch also stays around, but on Joe Gibbs Racing. In this universe, obviously, since the 8 car is now open and Kyle Busch does not go over there, the 8 car becomes an all-star car for 2023, meaning multiple drivers will pilot the number 8, meaning that the only full-time race car on Richard Childress Racing is the number 3 of Austin Dillon, which I think, focusing on one race car for 36 weeks over 2 full-time race cars, I think it actually boosts the performance of the number 3 car and at least makes him a serious round of 16 contender. But maybe that's just me, though. Maybe that's just my headcanon. Maybe I'm giving Austin Dillon a little too much credit there. But I do think that since the number 8 will be an all-star car for both 2023 and 2024, I do think between those 2 years, Austin Dillon will be a solid round of 16 pace contender for those 2 years. Anyway, 2024. Actually, did I say the 2023 champion yet? No, I didn't. Okay, so Ty Gibbs successfully defends his title in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and goes back-to-back, and Christopher Bell wins the NASCAR Cup Series championship. For 2024, not much changes between 2023 and 2024. Only notable thing that does happen is that Kyle Larson does end up winning his first Cup championship. This universe, again, did not win the 2021 championship, but ends up winning the championship. So, Kyle Larson's timeline doesn't get too boggled up through this. Joey Logano does get eliminated in the round of 12? Yeah, Joey Logano does end up getting eliminated in the round of 12 in this universe. Did not have any gimmicks to kind of save him. So yeah, Logano did not have a chance to fight for a title in 2024. So, where does that leave us for 2025? SHR shuts down like real life. Their charters end up going to the 36 for FRM. It also goes to the number 60 of RFK and the number 71 of Spire Motorsports. The 15 for Rickware Racing, unlike real life, does not lease their charter out to RFK because they bought one from SHR. So the 15 in this universe also will stay a full-time chartered race car. More so an all-star car, but will be chartered. And for select races in 2025, since Corey LaJoie is not full-time in any seat, the number 15 will be renumbered to the 01 for select races for Corey LaJoie to race, namely at super speedways and a couple intermediates. So immediately, most of you may be asking, well, what happens to SVG? If Trackhouse can't secure a third charter for the number 88, what happens? Well, instead of Cawley continuing to own the 97 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, they transfer ownership of the 97 to Trackhouse. So Trackhouse will now own a full Xfinity ride for SVG for the 2025 season. So SVG will be returning to the NASCAR Xfinity Series to better learn how to transition into stock car racing. Probably going to continue doing his thing on the road courses. Maybe going to better learn some of the ovals before moving up to Cup. But the only difference is now that instead of racing for Colleague, SVG will now be racing for Trackhouse. So that's really it. Those are some pretty major changes in both the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Cup Series that I think will really impact this timeline. Also, a few notable changes. Priest does go to the 60. Berry does go to the 21. Briscoe does go to the 19. However, while you may think that instead of Gragson going to the 4, Gragson just goes to the 36 because it's on the same team, Gragson actually returns to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Meanwhile, David Reagan comes out of a retirement for a 2-year deal to race with Front Row Motorsports. Daniel Hemrick, who was dropped by Colleague, goes over to Spire in a 1-year deal. Sorry, I got interrupted. Lost my train of thought. God, this is not my day. This is just not my day at all. Anyway, I think I got all that across. Timeline and all that. Oh yeah. One last thing to mention about the timeline before I ask you guys the question, or the reason I made this video. Riley Herbst is still a rookie in 2025. And you may be asking, well, if he doesn't go to the 35, well, where does he go? Some of you may have guessed the number 8, the All-Star car. That's been an All-Star car for 2 years now. Riley Herbst will go full-time and make his rookie debut in the NASCAR Cup Series with the number 8 of Richard Childress Racing. So, as of this moment in time, Riley Herbst is the only rookie slated to run for Rookie of the Year in 2025, meaning more than likely, unless plans change in between now and the start of the season, Riley Herbst is your guaranteed 2025 Rookie of the Year. So, might be a little disappointing for some that you're not going to get a Rookie of the Year battle, but like I said, things could still change, and we could still have a Rookie of the Year that is not Riley Herbst. So, who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, my call to you guys is that I have some truck, Xfinity, and Cup diecasts that currently have, like, nothing. No customs planned for them. None of that. Now, I got some customs here that I plan to do, but as of right now, from what I'm seeing, I ain't got nothing planned for most of these customs. So, I'm going to ask you guys. In a second, I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to bring out every single custom or every single diecast that I plan on customizing, and I'm going to let the first people jump to it. The first people get to pick a Cup car and or a truck or Xfinity car. You don't get both, you get one. So you're going to get a Cup car and or a Xfinity or truck. So the Cup car is guaranteed, and then you're guaranteed to pick an Xfinity car or a truck, which is basically where you're going to start in your career. Either you're going to start in trucks, or you're going to start by, jumping right into Xfinity, which will say for your sake that you just pull William Sawalich and go from ARCA to Xfinity. So I don't have the means to make an ARCA car, so if you choose an Xfinity car, we're just going to say that you went from ARCA to Xfinity, and we're just going to leave it at that. Whereas if you get a truck, you'll pull, say, for example, a Zane Smith. You'll jump Xfinity and you'll go from trucks to the Cup Series when a ride is available. Or who knows, if I have enough Xfinity cars, I might let some of you truck guys pick an Xfinity car. If I have less, like I might reply to you guys and say, hey, I have an Xfinity car. Do you want it? So basically how this is going to work. Actually, you know what? Let me just get the diecast first and then explain how this is going to work. All right, here we go. So camera's now a little lower so I can put everything on display. The way this is going to work is you're going to pick a manufacturer. So you're just going to tell me like, hey, you want, a Chevy, Ford, or Toyota. And then you're going to tell me, you want the Cup car. And you're going to tell me that you want an Xfinity car or a truck. So you're going to tell me which one you want. Do you want the Xfinity car or do you want the truck? What you're going to tell me when you list them, you're going to list the Cup car, and you're going to list the Xfinity or truck, and then you're going to tell me what sponsor you want. So you're going to write, for example, you're going to say Chevrolet. You're going to say you want the Cup car, and then you're going to say you want, I don't know, say Ben & Jerry's, the ice cream company. So you want Ben & Jerry's as your sponsor. And then you're going to list, whether you want an Xfinity car or a truck, and whichever one you list. So say you want an Xfinity car, you're going to say, you want the Xfinity car, and you can choose to keep Ben & Jerry's as your sponsor, or you can choose another sponsor. So another example, say you want DoorDash as your sponsor, right? So you can kind of mix and match and kind of choose what you want. So, as of right now, we are a little bogged down when it comes to some cars more than others. We don't got the supply. So first of all, we got a couple trucks here. So we got about 6 trucks right there for people to pick. Now, these trucks are not specific manufacturer. So, like, you could take, you could pick this truck or, pick this truck or this truck and, I could turn it into a Chevrolet for you. I mean, these are not specific trucks. Truck body is very one size fits all, if you will. Hell, since it's 2025, I can even take one of these trucks and turn it into a Dodge for you. You want to race Dodge? Go ahead. If you're waiting till, if you're on a race Dodge, you're waiting till 2026. So you're gonna have to wait a season. But yeah, if you want Dodge, hell, I can do that for you. So yeah, just pick any of the manufacturers: Chevy, Ford, Toyota, I guess Dodge as well. Well, Ram actually. We'll get that done for you. So, moving on to, we'll do Chevrolet first. We got endless supply of Chevrolet. We got right here, we got 6 Chevrolet Cup cars. And we also got 6 Chevrolet Xfinity cars. So, perfect match. Yeah, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, whatever. So, perfect match if you're looking for from Xfinity to Cup. Now, I know not everyone's probably going to go from Xfinity to Cup. Some people might prefer to do trucks to Cup. But, yeah. It's really up to you guys how you decide your career. So, endless supply of these. Move them out of the way. They don't matter no more. Ford. So, here's where a lot of people might start choosing to drive a truck over an Xfinity car, is because we got right here, we got 5, nope, missed one. We got 6 Cup cars for Ford. So you got 6 opportunities right here. We got 3 lone Xfinity cars. So some people might, if they want Ford and the 3 cars are taken, some people might have to opt to go from truck to Cup, which is really no biggie because you're going to Cup regardless. You're just taking a different path, shall we say. So yeah. Also, should mention before moving on to Toyota real quick that whatchamacallit, tell me what team you're going to race for as well. So for example, let's say for Ford, say you're going to go from the Truck Series to Cup. You need to let me know your sponsors and everything. Let me know as well what team you're going to race for and the vehicle number as well. So for example, I don't know, say you want to race for, I don't know, what's a decent Ford team in the Truck Series? Front Row Motorsports. Say you want to race for Front Row Motorsports and you want to race the 37, right? Go ahead and let me know that your truck is going to be the number 37 along with your sponsor and all that. So, just say like that you're choosing the truck and you're going to race for Front Row Motorsports. Your sponsor is going to be, I don't know, Caterpillar, and your truck number is going to be 37. And then let me know in Cup who you're racing for as well. So, you're going to be Ford, say, I don't know, say you want to race for Team Penske. You're going to say Team Penske. Underneath, the Ford that you choose. So you're going to say, like the Mustang, I guess. You're going to say Team Penske. Going to say your sponsor, I guess, we'll do Valvoline. And then underneath it, you'll say, like, you want to race the 32. So just make sure that you're letting me know all that information. Because if you don't let me know all the information that I need to be able to do this, then you're just not going to get a car. If I'm feeling nice, I'll let you know. I'll be like, hey, got to give me this information so I can do it. But catch me on a bad day. You're not getting a car. I'm not going to reply. You're not getting a car. So try to put all the information if you can. And here's the Toyotas. So again, this is what I was saying. Some do not have a plethora. So this is the opposite of Ford, where, you have a bunch of Xfinity cars here, but you only got 2 Cup cars. So I think my new primary mission is maybe stocking up on some Toyota Camry Cup cars for future customs. But as of right now, that's what we're rolling with. We don't got much. So yeah. So just let me know what you're doing. Are you taking Ford, Chevrolet, or Toyota? Yeah, let me know the cars that you're taking as well. Truck or Xfinity, so that this way I know what to give you. And let me know your sponsors, team you want to race for, and the car number. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't have to be a realistic team. And what I mean by that, let me clarify, is say you want to race for Team Penske in the Cup Series, but all the Xfinity cars are taken, and you want to race for Team Penske prior to the Cup Series. Just tell me, like, hey, my truck going to be the number 32, it's going to be on Team Penske. I will get you a number 32 Team Penske truck. I will make it happen. But yeah, I just figured I'd get you guys in on the series, give y'all a reason to watch and all that, and we can have fun doing this together. week in, week out, you guys come back, see how you're doing in this simulation, see how you're adapting, see if you made it to the Cup Series yet. Do all that fun stuff. So yeah. That being said, thank you guys for watching this little bit longer video. And yeah, just let me know down in the comments below. Choose what you want. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, peace out.